Hey, so I wanted to send home some core skills I want you guys to practice, but also some fun things that we get to do since she is such a little puppy. Um, you don't have to do these by any stretch of the means, but I think you'll have fun with it. What we're essentially going to teach her is body positioning. So she's going to learn where to put her butt for different things. First and foremost, sitting and looking at humans is the expectation, is the default behavior that she should be doing. So that way, instead of her jumping, Daisy, yes, it's sitting and looking at you like this. Um, but also teaching her the difference of like standing to your side. You can do in between your legs. You can do to this side. You can do in front. You can do behind. Basically, we're the object that she's choosing to put her butt in certain places. You get to shape this in whatever capacity that you'd like. But because we're so little, this is where we can really work on an establishment of a really nice heel. You can work on a fun center command. Just gets her brain thinking of where she's supposed to be, especially when, say, Oakley's over there and you need her over here. You can choose which side she's on. So, what I like to start with is the name game. Name game is where you're going to call her name and make it essentially a command of leave it, come, and sit, all in the same capacity. Yes. So, with name game, what you're going to do is you're going to grab a handful of her kibble and ideally you walk away from her. Right now she's definitely focused on me. She is definitely food motivated. Leave it. Hey ma'am. So if I walk away from her and say Daisy, make some kissing noises, make some weird noises, you can lure her with your hand to the right in front and then reward. Yes. Walk away, do it again. Daisy. Yes, good girl. Daisy. Now she's standing off to a 45. Ooh, I don't know if you can see this on the camera just right. So she's kind of off to the side here. This is where you can choose to be right here. So you can tell her right here. Okay. Yes, good girl. So practicing really body where you want her body to be. Daisy. So we're teaching her the hello. I will pay attention to you no matter what. Daisy is going to be a check-in command. It's the yes. Okay, now we can go off and do whatever we're doing. Now, body positioning, this is where you can have a little bit of fun with where she is, again, in regards to your body. So, come here, sweet girl. Have a treat in your hand. You can hold it. She's not a chomper, thankfully, so you can hold it like this. You can also have a flat hand with your thumb over it. So that way she's guiding her nose. So, she's sitting right underneath the camera, like ta-da! So essentially, here is the treat in my hand, and she's following it. So this is going to be the luring behavior. So I'm going to get her to stand in front of me, and this is where you can bring her back, and then she's going to spin right around here, and then in a sit. Yes. Let me show it from the side. Come here, Daisy. So she's standing in front of you. Oh, let me take a step back so you can see it. Okay, she's standing in front of you. I'm going to pull my arm back. So when her butt is in line with when her butt is in line with your legs, you're going to do a circle behind your butt, essentially. Come here. And then you're going to pull her forward and pull up like a lever into a sit. Come here. So back, spin, sit. Yes, good girl. Then you get a really polished start heel position. It's also a really pretty return position. Yes! Teaches her that sitting next to you is a good thing. A lot of times when we teach dogs how to sit in front of us, they get stuck with I have to make eye contact. Nope. A certain way. Off. Yes, good girl. We are working on leave it. That's why you're seeing me correct her. We won't talk about leave it until next week. But because of how strong her nose and drive is, it is definitely something we started immediately. So, but let me show you that. And we can do it the other side too. Whatever you side, there's a freebie. Whatever side you're going to have her on, use that arm to lure her with. So she pull back. Come on. Come on. Daisy, right here. Come on. Get it. Come on. Now, if she gets stuck, see how she's like, I don't want to go. Just go a little bit slower. Yes, good girl. Go a little bit slower as you move her along. Yes. Good girl. Ready? Come on. Daisy. Come. Come on. Come on. Come on. If I do this side. Oh, we're much more comfortable with this side. Okay. So this is where you can see that she has a preference from one side versus another. It also is teaching her that cognitive skill of thought process. So she's like, I don't go on that side. What do you mean I'm supposed to follow that treat? This is something where when we teach skill commands, I like dogs to learn both left and right, or up and over, so that way they have duality. We tend to get stuck, or dogs tend to get stuck in their bodies of always doing something one way. So if you always take a left out of your neighborhood to do a walk, and then also one day you decide to go to a right, it's almost cognitive dissonance. Like the dogs really are like, wait, we're supposed to go that way. What do you mean we're going this way? And you can also almost have a little temper tantrum. Daisy! Yes! Good girl. Almost have like a little temper tantrum because it's no, we're not supposed to go that way. Yes, good girl. Work on name game little times throughout your day, asking her for that sit before she goes through doorways, before she gets fed, before you toss a ball a couple times. Now, I did use a ball before this when we warmed up. She is more interested in food smells than anything else today. So we definitely will. I'm going to ensure that we have toy motivation as well as food motivation. And we may need to talk about some things to trigger that sensory work for her, just to fulfill that drive that she has. Not necessarily to encourage it, but to fulfill like the need of it. But she's doing great. And I'm babbling, so I need to stop this. So I was definitely babbling at the end of that video, so I do apologize. I just left it in there because it's honest. But I also left this snippet, almost like a blooper reel, onto the video. She was doing the funniest zoomies as we were working on some play engagement with the ball and with the donut toy that we have. This age, I love it so much because they're so uncoordinated that it was like, you'll see me like react where it was like right here, like she biffed it. You could see the ball go, and then she's like, I don't know what happened. Oh wait, there's the ball. Like you could just hear the commentary, and she's just such a puppy. It is. Thank you for bringing her in. It is truly so much fun and such a pleasure to have such a goofy puppy in. She offers beautiful sits as we do this, but she was just a ham. Like she had just come in from the daycare yard. I just pulled her to work with her. She got in a few, like I'm talking like 5 pieces of her kibble, and that was it. So we were really trying to focus on that play, and she was all about it. And then like the derp kicked in and her brain cell just went wee with the toy. It was, I think I have to film her like chasing after the toys. I know you guys see it at home all the time. But it was the best. It was the best part of my day because she was just goofy and tripping over her own feet and her own things. Now, you'll see here in a second, I'm calling her and she is just like, nope, I'm going to go do other things off the camera. And you'll see her like, hey, oh, nope, never mind. So this was like, all right, let's start working for our food and get your focus. And here she is. She's like, hello. But just a funny reel to clip in the video.